All of a sudden, everybody wants to talk about Russia. I'm into it. I recently discovered Epic Fighting Championship, which is a Russian MMA promotion. And what I discovered was shocking. For example, the Russians don't have a word for disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Уберите от экранов особо...
Celebrity appearances from the Crocodile Dundee and that fool from A Clockwork Orange. I'm pretty sure this is Khabib's cousin. This tie is shorter than Michael Chandler's hype train. And much, much more. Let me break it down for you. What's up, everybody? My name is Jesse, and I'm the founder and grandmaster of MMA, Mexican martial arts. And I'm very happy to let you know that this video is sponsored by the official wallet of the Mexican martial arts, the Ridge wallet. More on that later. The last video's top comment is brought to you by RJ Davis. And I happen to agree. It was hilarious, and it was probably my favorite part of the whole event. But it also made me a little bit sad, because I've been playing a lot of Thrill of the Fight lately, and it's making me wish that there was also some kind of kickboxing or MMA kind of game so that I could throw those legs, you know? Oculus, you gotta get on that. If you would like to get highlighted in the next video, then get the top comment. It's a new thing. Also, stick around to the end of the video so that you can see the Mexican martial arts meme of the week. It's also a new thing. I first heard about Epic Fighting Championship, which I affectionately refer to as the EFC, when I was searching for UFC news. And after sorting through all the articles about how Dana White doesn't want to pay his fighters, whatever Conor McGregor's doing on Twitter, and the Naut boys, I finally came across something worth my Wi-Fi. A grandfather and his grandson were fighting a lady. The last time I saw something like that was at Thanksgiving, and I was feeling nostalgic, so I went searching for the full video. I thought I was gonna end up on a Russian Wix page and get a virus, but it turns out that this fight was actually part of a full fight card from Epic Fighting Championship, which, as far as I'm confirmed, is basically the Russian version of the UFC, but better.
Hey, yes, dude!
Hey, Dana White, Trucha, the Russians are coming!
We are, of course, Norwegians.
The event kicked off with who I was tempted to call the low-budget 6'9", but upon further inspection, they're probably closer to equal value. And his grandpa, who looks like your average Whole Foods customer, versus a lady who does not shop at Whole Foods. It was a classic handicap match. Can you still say handicap match? You can't say anything, so it doesn't matter. It was a classic handicap match. You might think this fool looks intimidating, cause he got more ink than an Office Max. But you gotta consider that his opponents got more mass than the Vatican. And he plays it off by covering up and mobbing in the Cosby sweaters, which does not quite carry the innocence that it used to. And he doesn't even look like he benches, but he does do push-ups on a bench. And he's trying to get into that GOAT conversation by becoming ubiquitous with it and whatnot. But the promotional content doesn't matter once the cage doors close. These fools were fighting like if they were in a movie, like if they had to take turns or something. And the grandson was acting like if he was a witness and was taking notes for the police report. And then when he was in danger, he just ran like if he actually was 6'9". The grandpa realized that he was gonna have to get creative. And to be honest, I can't tell if he was trying to throw feints or if he was trying to cast a spell on her. But whatever he was doing, it didn't work. She got knockdowns, significant strikes, control time, and a Las Vegas type of decision. Far be it from me to imply that the Russians would tamper with the results, but that decision was dirtier than Dana White's search history. Bernadette clearly won that fight, and I was upset. But I quickly forgot about it because of this amazing sponsorship. The EFC even knows how to make sponsorships entertaining. Hey, Olimbet, you better be paying them. And EFC, you better keep that money in your Ridge wallet.
Duh.
Have you ever seen an action movie? The hackers are always Russians. I've never seen a non-Russian hacker. That would be like a non-Mexican elote man. But it's 2022. They're not trying to hack your Macintosh. They're trying to hack your wallet. But you can't hack a Ridge wallet. It's RFID blocking. And that's why it was so important to Marsalis Wallace.
Wait, what is it?
Is that what I think it is?
Is It's beautiful.
You work hard for that money and you need to keep it secure. And you play hard too. That's why you got so many credit cards. But this ain't an intervention. I'm trying to enable you right now. The Ridge wallet holds up to 12 cards. And when you hit that cash back, there's room for that too. I know what you're thinking. What if I only got Bitcoin? Then you could take a screenshot of the Ridge wallet. And you could keep your Bitcoin in that. And then you could spend it later in the metaverse. But if you're still living in the universe, then you're gonna want this slim front pocket wallet that has over 30,000 5-star reviews. There's different styles, colors, even products. Just go to ridge.com/Voto and put in the promo code VOTO for 10% off. That's ridge.com/Voto and put in the promo code VOTO for 10% off.
Что такое?
The next fight was another handicap match, but this one looked like it might be with actual fighters. I know what you're thinking. This fool doesn't even look like a fighter. Neither did Roy Nelson. And this fool has Don the Dragon Wilson in his corner. The match started with the awkward salutation, which looked a little bit familiar. But once the fight started, it got more awkward. This time the partners attacked at the same time, as they should. But Roy Nelson's homie didn't like that. And he did the reverse Khabib. And the handicap match turned into the Royal Rumble. Everybody freaked out when it happened in the UFC, but this is just a regular day at the office in Russia. If this had happened in America, lawsuits would have been filed, apologies would have went out, and there would have been several hashtags. But they kept going. They actually resumed the match. Imagine if Sterling had fought Peter Yan in Russia.
If he dies, he dies.
There's no quitting, and the match wouldn't quit being weird. This fool socked his partner in the face. And then this fool was waving at the camera. I don't even know how to articulate this. The light-skinned Herb Dean didn't know what he was doing. It looked like if he had his own corner and he was looking at his referee coach for advice. But I can't blame him. He was dealing with a loose cannon. And I don't imagine that the UFC has very many rules. Well, whatever they are, this fool isn't following that. So now it's a traditional one-on-one fight. And that just ain't gonna fly in Russia. You gotta make things weird or don't do it at all. So Roy Nelson went back to the game plan. Go for the takedown and then do nothing. At least now he doesn't have the other guy there to kick him. Oh wait, I spoke too soon. He came back.
My name is Giovanni Giorgio.
So there's two words that don't exist in the Russian language. Disclaimer and disqualification. They still kept going. Nelson was able to get a slam in, and the other fool was trying to get back in again. It never crossed anyone's mind to maybe take that fool backstage. I think it's probably all like one big warehouse with no rooms or anything. You could see the other fighters chilling right there. That supposedly the EFC Apex is just a really big storage unit. Nelson went for another takedown in round 3. But this time he finally did something with it. He went into a sacrifice roll. It was like a modified Uranage. And this positioned him to sink in the Kimura. And that fool fought it for as long as he could. But then Nelson got a leg up on him. That was clean. However, I can't help but wonder if this whole thing was just to set up a grudge match between these two. Stranger things have happened. Like this 500-pound dude fighting one of the Shevchenko sisters. And that's not even his real weight. During his fight camp, he had to buy a second fridge so that he could dirty bulk with the quickness. And then during his one-a-days, he was drinking soda. This is a photo of him just 2 weeks before the fight. And supposedly he knew the only way he could beat her was if he could eat her. Well, his loved ones didn't support these drastic measures. And they tried to subliminally intervene by hacking his intro music. But it didn't seem to make an impact because I don't think that fool knows English. And his conviction about the weight was strong because he knew that he didn't have any fighting skills. Early on in the fight, he tried to give her a wedgie. And then he got hungry, so he was trying to grate her on the fence. Like a little piece of cheese. But the ref wasn't about to just stand around while that fool cut the cheese. So he broke it off. And Shevchenko started implementing that stick and move, which was working, and he was getting tired. The only problem was that she kept kicking his calf, which was basically like kicking a calf. And this gave him the confidence to keep pushing. But Shevchenko's friend had even more confidence. She came in with that intermediate flying dragon kick. And after she felt like she had proven her point, she went on to enjoy the event. And honestly, I think it ended up being a distraction for Shevchenko. Butterbean was throwing the left hand like if he was Sean Strickland, and she was getting chopped up. And it wasn't even a real jab. He was just swinging it back and forth like if he just got the WD-40. You would think that after a while she would catch the timing and juke him or something. But the only thing that she would be catching were those hands. Butterbean was declared the winner, and he went on to celebrate in the only way that we should expect him to. And Shevchenko's friend didn't like that. And at first I thought it was annoying because it seemed like she didn't know how to mind her own business. But then it looked like she called him out and they squared up. And then they played some footage that showed that she's a fighter. And that fool looks scared. He knows that he's gonna lose if he tries coming at her like Derek Lewis. So he had to settle for the head games. And that makes a lot of sense because then right after that, he started talking about Israel Adesanya. And then right after that was the last fight of the night. The only way that I could describe this girl while remaining family friendly is by saying that she's the EFC's Paige Van Zandt. And she was about to fight some fool that almost got Tony Ferguson on the way out. That fool had a co-main with the crowd control stand real quick before the main event started. And then he was embarrassed, so he tried to make up for it by not wasting any time. And he started pulling on her hair like if she was chemo. And she was ready to go. But the Russian Bruce Buffer wanted to make it official first. Drop Dead Fred started off with the confidence of George Masvidal, but all he knew how to do was pull hair, and the ref didn't like that. But after taking a couple shots to the face, he immediately went back to the hair jitsu, and her tias didn't like that, and they thought that maybe he should know about this. So they went to get it off of their chest, which was ironic, because Paige was now in a similar situation. Dirty vatos. However, this little scheme backfired on him, because as soon as she was exposed, that fool started malfunctioning. He even left his gloves in the ring and retired. He must be saving himself for marriage. And then he freaked out and started sending all the old ladies in there. I guess they were his tias. And then when they failed, he got mad and turned on them. But I couldn't believe it when he ran up on this fool. And I was surprised at first when he didn't fight back. But then I thought about it. And this ain't the type of fool that fights back. That's the type of dude that makes a phone call. And it looks like he called Paige's homie, because he came right through and busted up his nose. And I'm not going to show you the blood, because I have a hard enough time getting views. But it's there, and that was all it took. Apparently this fool thought it was a first blood battle because he chilled out right after that. I want to shout out all the winners. And as you can see, I'm one of them, because I've had the privilege of discovering the best fight promotion on the dark side of YouTube. And I can't wait till the next event. You gotta think about it. The UFC is filled with high-level fighters. And oftentimes, that creates stalemates. And most people don't want to see that. It gets boring. And on the other hand, the EFC is like when you see a good fight at Food for Less, but the cops aren't gonna break it up. I just have one request for who's ever in charge of the EFC. It would be amazing if you could do it in English, if that's possible. And it will also be amazing if you would like this video. Leave a comment and subscribe so that you can see more videos. Shout out to the Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video. Thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Lay. If you like this video, then please consider clicking some of the other ones right here. I specifically chose these ones because these are some of my favorites. So I hope you enjoy them as well.